guys, I have another message for you. First of all though, I would like to introduce you to this guy. Look, this is the frog who is back. He has been in our room literally forever. I mean, he's crawling. I mean, he's actually kind of climbing the wall or trying to, I didn't know that frogs could actually climb. Like, what the hell is he doing? He looks like he's doing some kind of yogasana. Yes, you, I'm talking about you. So, Frog Prince is there. He actually got forcibly evicted yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. I actually got the cleaners in and asked them to remove him because I've chased him out a couple of times myself. And I think he was there for a few days. And basically me and my roommate got paranoid that he might, not have any food and, damage himself somehow. Anyway, he just can't seem to get away. I've chased him out twice. I got him forcibly evicted once, and he's back. So I don't know what to do. Nobody else in any other room has got frogs in their room. And the same day that I decided to get him forcibly evicted, it was really, really, really raining. It's raining today. It's a rainy season. You can probably hear the rain outside. But a mouse actually ran into our room as well and was here for about, 30 seconds to a minute and did a little lap of our room, and we managed to chase it out again. And it's bizarre because obviously we've done the message already with the frog, and interestingly enough, the mouse, and again, nobody else in any other room has had a mouse in their room. I mean, in fact, I've never seen a mouse here except for this one occasion. Everything else, I've seen them around, but not the mouse, weirdly enough. So it was a little black mouse. It was really, really cute. And literally, it was just so weird because I want to show you this. This rather lovely picture is something that I bought for my mum and my dad, because my mum really likes this style of painting. It's from Kerala, a part of South India, and it's a picture of Lord Ganesh, and you can see that he's kind of sitting on a creature there. This is completely not to scale, because he obviously is like a rather rotund and plump, well, he has the body of a rather plump man and the head of an elephant, and the animal that he's actually with is a mouse or a rat. And every god in the Hindu pantheon has an animal kind of associated with it. They're called a vahanam, or it's actually like a vehicle. So it's kind of meant to be like a form of transport in a weird way. But of course it's not literal. It's very, very figurative in many ways. But his is a mouse. And the message was, so many blocks are being removed, and the mouse was black, and it's happening in the shadows, it's happening in areas that you're not even aware of, and it's especially relevant for the divine masculine as well, but the divine feminine too. Lots of shadow aspect stuff, lots of unconscious things. So the root chakra, Lord Ganesh is also the guardian, the deity of the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. And this is about kind of survival issues, unconscious fears, not even like childhood stuff. And also, it's when that gets unblocked that the Kundalini can really rise. So it's definitely happening for people. It could feel like a dark time, especially for the divine masculines at the moment. They're going to have to face up to a lot of fears. They might feel like, Pandora's box is about to get opened. And it might feel like it already has for many of them, but it's all good. Lord Ganesh is kind of he's so benevolent. He's one of the most benevolent, wise, kind deities there, basically, in the pantheon. And he's very much a very, very protective deity too. So there's a lot of protection, there's a lot of change happening, but he's such a wise guide. He's definitely there for everyone. So have faith that whatever's going on, it's all for the best. And there's so much activity happening in the sort of unseen realms that are, you've got to kind of believe in, really. Also, I wanted to mention another, there's been so many synchronicities. There's a lady called Nicky who does the Divine Love Crystal Grid, which I've mentioned before. And I've been, you know, going to her for readings and stuff for ages, and she does channeled letters, and I've got quite a few channeled letters from her. I think they're absolutely brilliant, and I really enjoy what she does, basically. And she read a letter, because she reads them out on her channel, and that's Divine Love Crystal Grid. Please do find it if I don't have time to actually type a description properly, or you know, whatever. Please do, if you've not already checked her out, do check her out. She's great. And there's been so many synchronicities with the videos that she's been doing lately, mainly with, there was one that she read out, a letter that she read out, and I was like, hang on a minute, were you referring to my twin there? And then she just knew that I was going to contact her. And then we discovered that there was loads of synchronicities between videos that we'd both been making, because she actually did one today about, well, today being the day that I'm recording this, I don't know when I'll be able to post it, about turtles and Lord Vishnu. And obviously I have done that channeled message about Lord Vishnu and the second avatar being a turtle. And oh my god, she explains it much better than me, so please do check out her videos, because I think they'll be really, really helpful for you guys as well. But I just wanted to say, and Lord Vishnu is also the protector. And another lady, I think, what's her channel called? Twin Love? It came up on my feed, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was also about Lord Vishnu, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these Hindu deities are coming up. You know, Lord Vishnu's making an appearance in so many different channels and in different ways. So obviously that protection energy, which I've always, because he's a blue deity, he is he's a deity that's, whenever he incarnates, he's always blue. He was also Lord Rama and Lord Krishna. So whenever the shit hits the fan on the earth, he shows up and is the protector, basically, according to Hinduism and to Hindu law. And his energies are obviously very, very around right now, as are Lord Ganesh. So tap into them. They're very, very protective. They're very, very, yeah, I was going to say Lord Vishnu reminds me a lot of Archangel Michael, that same kind of blue protective energy. So it's all really, really good stuff, but it might feel a bit full on. Just know that it's a really, really important time, and it's a time to really, really dig deep. And the fates are kind of around in such a way that if you're very, very close to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, you're not going to be able to almost do anything else. Like, the choice for now is going to be almost taken away from you. So options are, you're going to be very, very, very strongly guided in other words, and go with it, because this is the important time period is essentially the rest of the year, especially up until kind of October, November, but even up to December as well. And after that, the pressure will kind of ease up a little bit, but that also includes the guidance as well, if that makes sense. I also have a very, very, very strange message to say about the divine masculine, and I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about women as well, because we all have the divine masculine and feminine principles. It's got nothing to do with gender in this respect within us, but they do express themselves differently in biological males and biological females, because we are the kind of embodiments of those polarities of the dualistic kind of world, if that makes sense. Anyway, the divine masculine basically needs to die a death. And don't take that the wrong way, because, you know, death is an illusion after all, and it's the way to transform everything. It's death is the only certainty in life, in physical life, and not to be morbid, because it's not morbid at all to talk about this. It's kind of, and it's something that people shun away from so much in the New Age community. And, you know, I've always found that a bit immature, a bit strange, because it's inevitable and it's very foolish if you want to talk about ultimate truths and just ignore this kind of aspect and, you know, only focus on what you consider to be positive, because the positive is defined by its opposite, which is what you want to call the negative, life and death. But in reality, there's only life, and please remember that, because it's only when something ends that something new can happen. And the divine masculine, if the only way for them to kind of get over the guilt, the shame, whatever that has happened in the past, is actually to die a death. And this is where Lord Ganesh and the mouse come in again, his Vahanam, the mouse, come in again, because it's all about these unconscious fears, but also it's kind of about what can I say? He is someone, Lord Ganesh, actually, as he is right now with his elephant head, he was actually killed. He was killed by his own father. Yeah, so it's a long story, but he was beheaded by Lord Shiva, who didn't know who he was, and cut his head off. And then Lord Shiva had to bring him back to life and replaced his head with the head of an elephant. So he kind of had to die a death, and he so many good things happened to him because of that, and that's why we all know him and love him right now. And that's kind of like the message. So the Divine Masculine, in order for them to get whatever they want to do, and to almost like fulfill their dharma, like what they came here to do, their duty, whatever they want, their hopes and their dreams, they actually have to die a death. They have to transform, and they have to actually become who it is that they want to be, but they have to kind of create it themselves. They have to be that and live into it. I will try and do another video and expand on this a little bit more. Because also, you know, the root chakra, of which Lord Ganesh is the guardian, the deity of, it's all about survival issues. And often when the Kundalini is activated, it can feel very, very scary, like you are almost dying a death, the dark night of the soul, etc. And transformation happens, and that means that the old you will die. You won't be the same person. And there's a spiritual saying that goes, the fool dies only once in his lifetime. The wise man dies every day and is reborn. And if you're a spiritual aspirant, you die every second and you're reborn, because literally the old you, which doesn't really exist anyway, it's all an illusion, it dies every day, every second of every day, and you just start anew. You are brand new. You are completely fresh every second of every day. So it's actually a very, very, very positive, amazing, and powerful thing, and that's what the Divine Masculine needs to do. And also, there's an aspect in the Divine Feminine where something needs to die and transform and be born again as something completely new. And it's not something to be feared. If you have a good spiritual practice that gives you the balance and the stability that you need, it's something that's really, really going to be a very enjoyable and enlightening process. It's going to be quite exhilarating rather than something stressful. Like, I always like to use kind of sporting sort of analogies, and you know, if you're a surfer, the big waves are kind of fun. If you're a snowboarder, you don't want to just hang around on the green slopes all the time. You want a bit of a challenge, because that's where the exhilaration comes in, and that's exactly the same with this as well. So I hope that makes you think about some stuff, and also gives you some reassurance if you need it. And I'm sending you so many good vibes from India, and I will speak to you soon. Check out Nikki. Bye.